Down to Earth podcast, the Down to Earth network with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Right? We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Recent news. Once again, I predicted a lot of this stuff would happen. But Monday morning, Donald Trump makes a call to Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel. And guess what is going on? He cursed out the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu. Why? Because he's doing things in Lebanon against America's, will. There's been a ceasefire for a couple weeks, or as they say, ceasefire. America's been promoting with Israel. I guess Israel been silent. You notice Netanyahu been quiet for a while. You notice because they've been doing their own operations against Lebanon. So Iran basically said to America that all stuff is off the table if Lebanon is still getting attacked by Israel. So they're saying everything's off the table. So now Trump kind of understands after a while that Lebanon is with Iran. And if Lebanon is not happy, Iran's not happy. And now he's cursing off the Prime Minister of Israel. Bless up, OG Kicks. Am I surprised? I've been warning people about this. I've done one of my lives talking about this. They cut it off when I'm mentioning the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu. So who put America in the war? Who tricked America in the war? Right? Now Trump is fed up because it's hurting, I guess, when he says it's hurting your pockets and stuff, who's paying for the war? Trump's been getting criticized for months because of this whole war stuff. That's why he's cursing Netanyahu, right? That's why he's cursing the Israel president, the 51st state. You notice Netanyahu didn't say nothing back to him because Israel is America's 51st state. How you was joking about Canada, it's really Israel. So he wants them to stop doing what they're doing. He said, "What the F are you doing, Netanyahu? We're trying to make deals. That's why our deals ain't going through with Iran, because you're doing some sneaky shit behind my back. That's what's going on. I've been saying this a long time, doing sneaky stuff." Bless up everybody in the chat. He's been doing sneaky stuff behind America's back, Netanyahu. How did that conversation go? He cursed him out on the phone. That's to show you he's getting angry, mad, fed up. Remember, Trump is old now. Trump is turning 80 years old. And he's been getting assassination attempts. We don't know if they're all made up, but assassination attempts he's been getting. So he's angry. Yeah, much respect. Much respect. He's angry. He's angry right now. Cursing the Israel prime minister. Is he wrong for cursing him? No, he's not. Look how much money America had to spend, billions of dollars, American taxpayers' money. And this guy's like playing Trump. Now they're saying, "Oh, yo, Trump, this guy been playing us, man. He's been using you so that we could be the security for Israel," right? That's what's going on. Lebanon, they're not listening. Israel's still going to Lebanon, bombing them, doing all type of operations without Trump. So that's why he's cursing him out. But then now, are things going to get exposed? Trump's walking is like he's forgetting stuff because they're saying that Israel has stuff on Trump. They're saying that Israel has some dirt on Trump. Are the Epstein files going to start to resurface? We shall see, right? Are those going to resurface? Because they've been quiet about those for a while. Now, Trump, you're cursing Netanyahu off. A lot of people don't know that Israel has one of the top spy technology agencies in the world, right? They're big in a lot of spying. So, Mr. Trump cursing off Netanyahu. Is Netanyahu just going to sit back and just laugh, or is he going to respond? I'm waiting to hear if Netanyahu's going to talk. Is he going to speak against Trump? I really don't think so. But this is going to be interesting for the Strait of Hormuz and the negotiations in with America and Iran. Now they're saying it's off the table. If Israel keeps doing what they're doing, everything is off the table, right? So this is the news where they were filtering out for a while. Now it's making headlines because he's done something spicy again. Like I said, no one's gonna care until Trump does something really out there, and him cursing on the phone is like some Americans are saying, yes, this is how he gets some support back, especially the people who don't like the Jewish people. Yes, yes, Trump is actually good. He's cursing out the Jewish prime minister. That's how some Americans may feel, right? So what's going to happen next? Is Trump going to come out of Iran, or that whole thing? He's negotiating with terrorists. I just got to remind people, Trump is negotiating with terrorists. Just I got to remind people before people get brainwashed, and 3 years from now people don't notice that America or Trump is working with terrorists right now. He's negotiating with the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Leader. America lost. Just to put that in conclusion, America has lost. And what's making it even worse, you got Israel laughing, making America spend all these billions of dollars on them. That's what it is. Right now, there's people helping Ukraine. America's helping Ukraine with billions of dollars. Canada, too, helping to fight Russia. So now they're in a situation now. He already put them in a situation. Netanyahu put Trump in a situation, man. And what is Trump going to do now? Curse more? He's going to curse him out more? I'm waiting to see if Netanyahu responds. Will he respond? I don't think so. I don't think he wants to respond because Israel is America, right? To wake some Americans up who don't know, Israel is America. Maybe some Americans know, but they just don't want to admit it because that's for real. Israel is America. It's the 51st state, as he likes to say Canada is. Israel is the 51st state. This guy's not saying nothing back. Trump was joking just a couple of days ago that he could be the leader of Israel. He was just joking the other day about it, right? If he could, he would make his son-in-law the president or prime minister of Israel. That's probably going to be next down the line. His Kushner, right? His daughter's husband, down the line probably could have run for prime minister of Israel. Check that out. Just look up the history of Netanyahu too. He's basically American. He went to American schools. This guy's basically American when you look up Netanyahu. So what's bad is Americans are suffering for this war. I mean, the price, paying the price at the pumps, paying the price at the grocery store. It's been going down a little bit, I'm seeing, but $6 in the West Coast for a gallon? Like what? Was it California? I heard someone told me $6 for your gas, and certain places are $7 and $5. Damn, this is what he put people in. This is what Donald Trump put a lot of your asses in. So, where's the protest, man? I'm waiting for the protest. Where is the protest because of all this shit? No protest. You see how they got people with the. I have to admit, I do the media, but the biggest story, right, was Jay-Z doing a diss to Drake and a whole bunch of people the other day. But this one, because he wants the spotlight, Trump. He loves the spotlight. He hate that all these people been taking the spotlight away from him. Now, he said, cursing off Netanyahu, man. Give him the F-bombs. Like, what the F are you doing over there? That's what he's saying. What the F are you doing? So, Iran has exposed Netanyahu and Israel. He's actually listening. Trump's probably actually listening to Iran now. I'm going to put that out for you people. He's actually listening to them. The Revolutionary Guard. because the Revolutionary Guard is complaining. They're saying we're not gonna do any deal if you still have those guys hitting our brothers, Lebanon, the Lebanese. We're not doing any deal. So Trump said, wait a minute, that's the issue? Israel, oh, that's why you guys are quiet and silent. Oh, you guys are still doing operations without us. You guys are hitting Lebanon. And that's what Iran's telling us. Oh, okay. So he's actually listening. This man is actually listening for once more. Trump's listening to the terrorists. Just got to say it. He's listening to the terrorists. So he's telling the terrorists are telling them that Israel is hitting another terrorist group. So you got to stop that. That's what's going on. Post Sanders podcast. Did you know? I don't know about Sanders podcast, but much respect after Six Media. I don't know about that. I just know what I know right now, and it's going on, man. It's going on. Don't be surprised a terrorist attack happens in America. Remember 9/11? The conspiracies? You want me to talk about the conspiracies of 9/11? What was going on at 9/11? Who they blame for 9/11? And the Epstein link? You guys want me to bring that up? Or they're going to try to cancel me right now? Because once you screw with Israel, which Trump is cursing out Netanyahu, and the rumors that Netanyahu has something on Trump, right? Is he, because Trump's old now, he's not thinking. Maybe someone has to make him think, yo, Netanyahu has some pictures with you with Epstein Island and stuff like that. And certain things there's a lot of things getting digged up, people, right now. You could call it a distraction, you could call it whatever, but they're bringing alien disclosures. They're making you. It's like a movie. It's crazy, but right now Israel, they got a nuclear weapon. I hope people know he has dementia. Yes, I could believe that. Israel has a nuclear weapon. I hope people know that. Don't forget, Israel. I'll tell you guys this has a nuclear weapon. Right? There's a couple countries that have nuclear weapons, but they got nukes. So if America steps out and they feel that America's not supporting them anymore, will they use it? Because they've done a lot of damage out there. Everything but Epstein files. Yes, everything after Six Media, you're right. Everything but the Epstein files. It's crazy, man. It's nasty work, man. Like, when are we gonna really? They said there's 3 million files out there, but when are we really gonna hear about it? You know when we're gonna hear about it? If he cuts off Israel fully. That's when we're going to hear about it. That's when they're going to release the real shit. Because if you guys don't know, and I found out about almost 20 years ago, that Israel has the top spy agency in the world. It's called NICE. You ever heard of it? NICE? It's in the what they say, space. They have the top spy agency in the world, which is with America, in a way. Just say. So, what do they have on Trump? They do got Epstein because Epstein was a spy. That's why Epstein didn't go to prison in the beginning. Epstein was a spy. I done an episode on that. I have the evidence on that shit. He was a spy. They turned his ass. He was a spy for Israel, right? America found out that this man is American spying for Israel. And then they said, hey, we would like you to work for us, man. We fund Israel. We help Israel. Wait a minute. What are you doing spying for Israel? You're helping them? No, 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 no. You're going to help us. And if you don't help us, we're making sure you go to prison for all the other shit you were doing. And that's what happened. And then something just happened 2018-19, right? So 3 more years of Trump. And he doesn't want these Epstein files to come out, right? But cursing, you're right, dementia. Dementia, you're right. He has some type of dementia. He better really think, because him cursing Netanyahu, when they say you curse somebody and they don't react back, they don't respond, what do they have ready for you? You got to think of it. What does he have if he doesn't respond to Trump? Like, a man is cursing you out and you're not saying nothing, and he's being calm. It's because he knows something. He knows something what you're forgetting about. So, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Yeah, dementia. He's getting angry. He's about 80 years old. You got to think of somebody who's 80, right? Could they put up with all of this stuff? He's saying, what the F are you guys doing over there? What the F are you doing over there now? Now we're here, and this is the thing, the problem now. Because people talking about this anti Semitic stuff. If you say anything, certain stuff about the Jewish people, they want to cancel you or they want to say something. But we're talking about the culture. Netanyahu is the Jewish prime minister, and America is in Israel because, I mean, in the Middle East because of Israel. That's the only reason. The only reason that America's down there. They're showing their cards. Trump is showing their cards. The only reason they're down there is because of Israel. Because the first excuse was to save the people of Iran. And now it doesn't even exist. If I was to repeat that to you guys, you're going to say, what? To save Iran? I thought it was to get, to negotiate for the Strait. That's what you guys are going to think. You're going to think it's for the Strait of Hormuz. But the first thing was because the people who were protesting was getting unalived by the supreme leader. And Trump said, oh, they're so evil and they need to be taken out. And now, fast forward to now, they're negotiating with them. Think of it. They're negotiating with the people they said was unaliving a whole bunch of Iranians. So if you're American and you have sense, look what this idiot is doing. He said that he went there for the people. We know that's bullshit, but that's what he said. So he should be, war crime should come to him. The colonizers have failed. The natives are rising. America got away with it, butchering the natives and claimed the stolen land. Yes, yes, I agree with what you're saying, Jay Blue. And it's coming back like karma. Not just the natives, not just the natives, respect to the natives. It's coming back because all the slaves they took from Africa and brought to America and enslaved and murdered, and the list keeps going for generations. America is cursed. So, yes, respect, yes. The colonizers have failed, the native are rising, yes. America got away with it, butchering the natives and claimed stolen land, cursed, and then took slaves from Africa and done a whole bunch of stuff. And you think it's going to be all nice for America for the future? Hell no, man. That's why what's going on, some people who believe in religion, is revelation. What time are we in Revelations? If we go to the religious route, what time are we in right now? Because you're hearing Russia is involved, China is involved in the back room, and America. It sounds like Gog and Magog, right? All of the North Africa has been colonized, you're right, and genocide since the 1500 by the Arabs. I know that. Yes, God's revenge it shall dish and serve cold. So yes, there's going to be a lot of revenge, a lot of blood, right? Um, Trump or the guys at the Pentagon are trying to not get into that. They are scared of that. They don't want that to happen. Trust me. They're very scared of that situation happening because let me tell you guys what's coming though, straight up. What Trump's doing. He's going to Cuba. He's bringing a war back to America. He's going to Cuba. That's what he's eyeing. He wants to take that place over Cuba. Cuba been starving for a good while. They've been locking him off of power and energy for a good while. So he wants Cuba. That's straight up what's going on. And he's bringing it closer to America. So it can, I don't want to scare people. I won't scare people what might happen when they go to Cuba. Because Russia's good with Cuba, right? Russia has some weapons in Cuba set already. That's why they want Cuba. Remember the Russian missile crisis? Okay. Russia has something in Cuba. They want Cuba. That's what they're going to hit soon. I give it, within 4 months, Cuba's going to get hit, maybe earlier. You're going to hear about it. And this guy's not backing down from Cuba. And like I said in a revelation or what someone said, I don't know if you guys want me to tell you. Maybe I'll just hold that because it's kind of scary for Americans and a lot of people. It's kind of like a Red Dawn situation if you ever watch that movie. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Now imagine you start to see parachutes coming from the sky in a dead part of America, like some hick town. You start seeing parachutes coming, and there's some Cubans with some weapons and they take over certain states, that's what I'm not going to continue. That's what might happen. It's BRICS time to shine. Multicultural world. We are tired of these colonizers doing regime changes and mineral theft. That's what it is. It's mineral theft, right? Rare earth. China has the power. That's why they're mad at China for doing EV cars, right? This is all in with Netanyahu and Israel and America, because Israel and America are together. And that's why he's saying, what the hell are you doing, little brother? To Netanyahu. He's saying, what are you doing in Lebanon? You're supposed to talk to us. So in religious terms, right? Let's talk about this religious terms. If you guys look up the Bible, look up Israel with the conflicts. It's friggin' scary. It's shadowing right now. Look up Israel with the conflicts against their enemies. And you know what? I'm going to look it up even too, because Mr. Trump's in there. As funny as it is, Mr. Trump is in that shit. And and in a way, it's like he knows it in a way, because May was supposed to be God's month, right? And how he always brings up certain things, subliminal. That's why they're bringing up this whole alien stuff too, right? So as a distraction. Look up Project Bluebeam. I'm giving you guys some references. I'm giving you guys some knowledge, right? Red Dawn, look up that movie, right? I think Patrick Swayze's in it. Rest in peace. And look up Project Blue Beam. Those combinations is what they're putting out right now to the public right now, right? They've been, even people like me who's been giving you guys the info, they've been shadow banning, they've been playing around online. See, they've been trying to bring up censorship, right? They've been targeting me. I'll tell you guys, everybody in the chat, bring up the likes, support the platform. You guys could help me right now by spreading this message, by just bringing up the likes and sharing the live, because they've been doing it, right? Freedom of speech doesn't exist anymore, right? Trump claims there's freedom of speech. He's cursing off Netanyahu right now. And anybody who talks about Israel is anti-Semitic. It's not it's not right. All of a sudden they have to show us before doing it. Yeah, think they can curve the karma. Yes, and something big is coming. Something big is coming, people. It's scary. Something big. They're gonna maybe stage something. Remember, they tried with the assassinations not too long ago. It didn't really work. We're not talking about the assassination attempts anymore. What's going on now? He cursed, right? So he cursed out Israel. What's that going to do to Israel? Is Israel going to stop doing their operations with Lebanon? I don't think so. America is cursed. Times have shown this. There are the same folks that allowed Hitler to retire in Argentina peacefully in exchange of what's going on to the moon. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. Whoa, that's another episode I could talk about. Like, yeah, yeah, if I go dig down more with even Israel and America, man, I don't even know if they're gonna want this life to be on, because there's a lot of dirt America's been doing, which we know, and with Israel, right? And a lot after World War II, America took thousands of POW scientists, German scientists, into America and South America too, and hid them and protected them. Russia took theirs too, right? Hid them and protected them. Some of them are either dead or they're living or they had grandchildren. So people don't even ask those questions, right? And on top of it, um, South Africa has tons of Nazis. The Germans from World War II went there too, and there's a lot of what's called Jewish people in South Africa. It's kind of weird that the two groups who hated each other are both in Africa. I just gotta point that out, right? Right now, Netanyahu is quiet so far. He's probably saying he's senile too. He's saying Donald Trump, this guy doesn't have any sense in his head. He's gone, man. Just make him talk. That's what they're saying. Can you read Revelations 27:88? I would have to look for my Bible. You know what? Sorry. next time I'm gonna have my Bible next to me. I have a whole bunch of books in here. Thanks for reminding me. I have a whole bunch of books in here, old books. Where I used to be a collector of books. I have the Bible in here somewhere. I'm doing some reworking, but it's definitely with the Revelations. It's definitely with that Revelations. If you believe it, people want to go away from religion now or faith, right? Netanyahu represents the Jewish people, faith. Um, Trump is saying he represents the Christians, right? Everybody wants to believe in this alien stuff and all this other ridiculous stuff. Meanwhile, you don't want to believe in the Bible, or you don't want to believe in the scriptures. You don't want to believe in the revelations. But if you do look into the revelations and these holy books, it's telling you what's going on right now. It's telling you what's going on right now, and the mark of the beast, how they want to implant stuff into people so they could control you, which they are doing it right now. They're not going to do it like the movies where they're cutting things open on you. They're doing it with surveillance, enemy of the state. I talked about it the other day, right? Much respect to YouTube. Something's going on. Respect for everybody in the chat. But the other day, they've been doing some filtration of me right now. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. They've been doing a filtration of me because I exposed a lot of shit. I've seen and predicted a lot of stuff. Maybe that's from the grace of God. The Almighty Creator has given me this gift that I could expose on these platforms because I have. I've seen everything. I already told you guys what's going to happen, and it's happening. This whole thing right now, I said would happen, and it's happening. I did say that they're going to start to stop talking about the Epstein files, and it's happened. What else did I? The list goes on. OG Kicks, my moderator in here, knows. For months, I predicted this and I predicted that. They all came into my live and listened to my live. I heard them cut into the live talking and stuff, watching, because that's how much I scare them. I've been exposing them a lot. Yes. And I said that America would lose the war, right? I said that they would not give up. The Iranians ain't giving up, and they ain't giving up. I said it. Who's giving up? Who's negotiating? America's negotiating, right? And Israel's been quiet the whole time, silent behind the scenes. Meanwhile, American tax dollars are getting spent, burned off for a war what America doesn't need to be in. Most Americans don't want to be in this war. They don't want to be in this war. They should not be in this war. And Trump is finally waking up to see that Americans should not be in this war. This is Israel's war, right? Israel's are the main robbers of the Southern Africa. Yes, minerals. They convince America to keep Mandela on as the terrorist list. You're right. You're right. That's big. Thanks, Jay Blue. Thanks for that. Yes, they did put Mandela on the terrorist list. How much people know that? You know what Trump said to Netanyahu today? It's kind of funny. He says, if it wasn't for me, you would be in prison. He said, if it wasn't for me, you'd be in prison. You know what that means, people? Bring up the likes if you can. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. You know what he means when he said that? If it wasn't for me, you would be in prison? It's because Netanyahu is a war criminal. Netanyahu's wanted. The UN, he's a war criminal. He should be locked up in prison. That's why he's exposing it, because he doesn't like what he's doing. Trump says, if it wasn't for me, you'd be locked up in prison. And it's true. Netanyahu should be locked up. Why is he free? Why is he fighting any war? That man's a criminal, right? He's a criminal doing all types of shit. And then you have some sellouts in Africa, Uganda, saying that they will help Israel. There's a link there too, right? And then you see this guy who's showing interest in Africa. No, kick this guy out. Don't let them come into Africa. It's enough you got China in Africa and some other people. Don't let them in. Well, they're kind of in there in South Africa. I could tell you what's going on in South Africa. It's crazy. And there's the powers that be what's behind that shit. But Mr. Trump might get a heart attack in all of this. How long is he going to last doing these cursing out people. I told you, Vance, the vice president, he's just like this, sitting back. He's like, I hope this guy croaks. I hope Trump gets sick so I could be the president. Trump doesn't have no friends, and he knows that. That's why 2 months ago he says these people are idiots. He doesn't trust anybody, and I don't blame him. He probably trusts his sons and his daughters and his daughter, but he can't trust those guys. They never liked it. They never liked Donald Trump, and Trump has them under him. I guess keep your enemies closer. That's the saying. But right now, he got a problem. He got this guy who he cursed out, and I'm telling you, you're cursing out Netanyahu is the biggest. Like, I respect to what he's doing, but the biggest mistake Trump could do, because they're gonna come after you. They're coming after you, Donald. This might be the end of you right now. Don't think you're Jay-Z because you see Jay-Z go up on the stage and curse Drake. This is your time to be on a stage and curse Netanyahu. No, no. You do that. You want to keep it quiet, Mr. Trump. I understand your anger. You do that. They're going to dig up the Epstein thing on you fully. You're going to see videotapes coming out fully. Like Diddy the other day, the videotape came out. You're going to see some more stuff come out, Mr. Trump. Something did come out the other day, actually. A woman, the woman who was suing Donald Trump, or sued Donald Trump for, what, $80 million, right? Claiming that he raped her. Something came out that she'd been doing some like type of scam, and he probably exposed that. Let's see what he's saying. Ignore the Ugandan president's son. He is known alcoholic. He's a known alcohol. Okay, I didn't see that one. Bless up, OG kicks my moderator in here. It's bad, man. This is bad. This is bad for Trump. And maybe he is in dementia, not thinking that you're gonna have this guy in revenge, silent, release some shit on you. Release some stuff on you. Now, remember what I said, people in the chat, and come back to this channel, Down to Earth Network. And people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. Remember what I said. On this day, because of this cursing out, and this man's not saying nothing, that within, I'll give it 3 weeks, something's going to be coming out about Donald Trump. In the next 3 weeks, something what's not good is going to come out about Donald Trump in the next 3 weeks. I'm stretching it to that, probably before, right? So get ready for Mr. Israel to expose Trump if Trump doesn't stop cursing him out. Because no man wants to be cursed out. They have all types of dirt on him. Yeah, you're right. They have a lot of dirt on Mr. Trump, man. A lot of dirt. That's why if you guys follow politics, I follow politics like sports. I'm not the best person to know everything, but I grew up seeing this shit. I seen Trump from a long time ago. I knew about Trump a long time ago. This guy Netanyahu a long time ago. I knew about these guys a long time ago. I was sick of seeing it coming home. My dad watching CNN and constant different stories. What's going on is something big is about to hit America. Bigger than 9/11. Right? I don't know if it's this alien shit they're going to throw out in the sky like blue beam to scare the world. It's not just America. It's going to be the world is going to see it. Or is Trump going to croak because he's getting old? Is he going to get so stressed that he croaks, dies, which the Simpsons have predicted, croaks and die, and after then, what's his name? Vance takes over. Vance, to me, looks like he's the Antichrist. He looks like he's the devil. Have you guys seen that guy's face? Really, I'm just being straight up. Have you seen Vance's face, how he looks? He looks so, I don't know, kind of like evil, that man. So meanwhile, we're looking at Trump. Trump's probably like the puppet. Meanwhile, you're looking at him, it's really the guys behind him. Yeah, imagine Vance as the president. Young Vance. Vance is not old. Imagine him, nice and healthy. You could run the country for the next 3 years. Scary, right? And he believes in the aliens are demons. Please read out loud, God. Well, okay, let's read the word. Trump is the best Christian. Trump is the best Christian, maybe even since Jesus. Now, I know you're trolling. You don't believe Trump is best Christian, man. Stop that. He dissed the Pope. Stop the trolling, man. He disrespected the Pope. You don't believe Trump is the best Christian in the world. You just trolling, man. Come on, man. Come on. The best Christian, man, in the world, Mr. Trump. So what is Netanyahu? Is he the best Jewish person in the world too? Or is that what you're gonna tell me? All people in the chat, please bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform. They need him. You believe they need him? Trump is done. See, gamer, you're right. I think he's done because Netanyahu's gonna done him. It's gonna make him done. Netanyahu, if he doesn't help Israel, and if Trump thinks he's gonna take America out of it, no, no. Remember, Trump blames Iran for one of the assassination attempts. You know who's behind that? Israel telling him that. Did they tell us in the media of any Iranians uh, getting caught for trying to assassinate Donald Trump? Let me know. I never heard that, right? I never heard anything like that, that any Iranians was caught trying to assassinate Trump. So that news came from Israel, right? People need to start talking about the real, like all these other countries. They could talk about cartels in South America, how some of these countries are, harboring these cartels. Let's talk about Netanyahu, who is a war criminal, and and he's running as a prime minister, a war criminal. Trump already called him out. Chinese cars are wiping butts in yeah, and Mexico. $12,000 Chinese RVs goes for 85,000 in America. Yeah, he's mad at that. Trump is angry about that. China, that's another situation. He's angry about that. He's like, I have so much on my plate. For these guys in Israel to make it even worse, that the Strait, you know what's going on? This is the pressure. The Strait of Hormuz, the Strait of Hormuz, he wants it open because of the pressure from the world. The world has been beating on America's head. Open that shit up. Open it up. Open it up. Stop with this crap. Open it up. The whole world is on America. So now he's saying, hey, I'm going to make them open this stuff up. But they almost got it open. They almost have it open. The only reason they don't have it open now is because of this guy. Netanyahu wants to fight Hezbollah. And Iran is saying everything is off the table. Everything is off the table if that is going on. We're not going to stop locking the strait if that is going on. So who's powerful? How strong is they said America hit some targets. How strong is America if they're still struggling with Iran? How strong is America if they're still negotiating with Iran? That's why people have an illusion who said, yeah, America could do all this shit. Yes, they could do a lot of shit. But remember, there's like over how much million people in Iran? I think over 100 million. Is it almost 100 million? Over 100 million people. Take that in. Take that in. Over 100 million people live in Iran. That's a big population of a country. So you realize how much stuff you would have to do taking that over, right? They don't want to blast the nuclear plants because of the infrastructure. Israel don't give a damn though. Israel wants America to do a lot of damage, so then they could probably get into Iran too, right? Mr. Netanyahu. So I don't know if you guys seen it, but he cursed his ass. He said, F. What the F you doing, Netanyahu? What the F to him in his ears. What did he say, Netanyahu? Nothing. America, as far as Africa is concerned, is a superpower under occupation time and clearly shown this. Bot politicians doing the bidding of apartheid. Yeah, that is bad what's going on in South Africa, man. That, I believe, is orchestrated by Elon Musk and certain high individuals, Africans fighting other Africans because that country, they kicked out white people when Nelson Mandela took power back in the early 90s. So I believe that's orchestrated by Elon Musk and certain other people. Trump wants a peace into Africa too. That's his plan too. That's another plan. He has so much on his hands, man. He wants that. But Netanyahu, man, war criminal. War criminal. That's what he is. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What you saying, people? What you saying? Now, the gas prices are high because of this guy. We're all saying it's Trump. Let's not blame fully Trump, right? The gas prices are high because you got this guy in Trump's ear. Been telling him, hey, man, you got to go and take out the Revolutionary Guard now as you're the president, man. This is your legacy, man. If you do this, this is your legacy, man. You need this, man. This will put you in the history books. Taking out that Revolutionary Guard. You guys got Iraq. You guys got Afghanistan. You guys got a whole bunch of places. Even your friends are in the Middle East. Now all we got to take out is these troublemakers. Did they take them out? MAGA people, where are you? Where's the MAGA people? Where's all the MAGA people? Where's the MAGA people now? For the last 3 weeks or a month, you guys been quiet. All the MAGA people. You guys feel like stupid, like idiots now, right? A lot of you, he lost support. Trump lost support. That's what it is. He lost support from a lot of the MAGA people. They just don't. They feel like shame. Like, you know what? I'm gonna stop bigging this guy up. I'm gonna stop promoting Donald Trump because I look stupid now. He every time I go get my gas, it's more money. Now, how is that making America great again? Your campaign, your real campaign, is make America great again, but you want to make Israel great again. That's what's going on, right? Netanyahu, the dollar will soon be on life support. Yeah, yeah. Who's the real president of the United States? It makes you wonder. Who's the real president now? You guys better hold on to Vance. Is it possible it look in a way like Israel is controlling America? When we say the 51st state, is the 51st state really the number one state? Let me say it again. Is the 51st state really the number one state? Meaning with power. Does the power really lean to what's called down in Israel or Washington? Does it lean to Tel Aviv or what they call it, or Washington? Who really runs America? I could go more deep, but it might get very sticky, right? I'm not late to the show. I know about the show. What are you telling me? What are you saying, Murdoch? I knew about this a long time ago. This is just repeating to remind certain people. I've been saying this a long time ago, ages. Dust. But for some reason, especially the American population, it takes a while to kind of marinate because there's all this other media out there to brainwash people. Other people in the world know about all of this stuff already, but it takes a while to marinate, especially with a lot of Americans. Much respect to Americans, but it takes a while because you got all this other media out there to distract. That's why there's no revolution about this war. Like, no one's saying, hey, no war, like the 60s. No one's going out in the street, no more war, get impeach Trump, no more war. No one's doing that because they got other media to brainwash the youth. Who gives a damn? A lot of people actually like Trump. There's people who are young people who like Trump. Charlie Kirk, right? His turning point movement and stuff, it's mostly young people. And a big percentage of them voted for Donald Trump. Charlie Kirk and his wife was campaigning for Donald Trump, right? So they know about Donald Trump. There's a good percentage that knows about Donald Trump. That's update. He's updated. That's why he got his own social media accounts. But this what's going on now, Mr. Donald J. Trump. You put yourself in some hot water, man. You might have to apologize to your boss. You're gonna have to apologize to your boss, Donald. You're going to have to apologize to your boss. People, please like, subscribe, bring up the likes, support the platform. What do you guys think about this whole thing with Netanyahu? I know this is in Revelations. This is in your Bible. Go open up your Bible right now. Anybody who's religious right now, open up your Bible. Go find your Bible. Go to Revelations. If you're on your computer, wherever, go to Revelations and look this up. Hate to sound full of religious, because some people don't believe in religion. That's another thing. But just look in Revelations. Do you know the biggest people who are what do you call them, who don't believe in God? It's in Israel. The biggest population of I forgot the name of it. I don't know why. It's early in the morning. But the biggest population of people who don't believe in God is in Israel. Go look it up, right? Go look it up. It's facts, right? So it's funny, that's supposed to be the Holy Land, but a lot of them don't believe in God. So right now, Netanyahu is planning a response, and his response is going to be silent, a silent one. It's not going to be a loud one like Donald Trump and talk and talk and talk. He's going to do it in a way that it's like 9/11. You guys know the conspiracies about 9/11. You guys want one in the chat if you guys want me to talk about the conspiracy of 9/11 linked to Israel. Two, just continue about this cursing out what Donald Trump's done. Because I could tell you about the 9/11 conspiracy. It's kind of sticky. It's kind of sensitive. But I'll continue on with the others chat right now. But if you want that, one in the chat, if you want to know about the conspiracy with Israel and 9/11, two, I could continue on with Donald Trump cursing out this guy and what's to come of this. So this cursing out is all because it's affecting the Strait of Hormuz to be opened. One, so I'm gonna put one. Okay, I'm waiting to see at least four more. So I'm gonna put one. One in the chat if you want me to talk about the conspiracy, 9/11, and Israel. Two, continue. Okay. Now, if you don't know, they said on that day, 9/11, way back, this is about 25 years ago or so, that every Jewish person who worked at the World Trade Center was told not to come in to work. Let me say it again. This is the conspiracy theorists. I've been here for years. That every Jewish person didn't show up to work on 9/11. 9/11 is a Christian, Orthodox Christian holiday, Ethiopian Orthodox Christian holiday. Just put it out there. So this is how they put it. They said no Jews were working that day in Manhattan, 9/11. Then, what's his name? Mr. Epstein, right? Jewish too. If you look out the Epstein files, not the nasty ones, right? That he was pushing campaigns to raise money, right, for the Israel government, aka whatever, the spy agency against the people who are against Israel. Epstein. He was a big financier of those people in Israel. Big financier. Epstein's girlfriend's father was financing the Israeli government for years, and he died mysteriously, drowned from his boat, off his boat, right? But what I'm saying, they're saying that Israel, right, made that happen, or Netanyahu or whoever's in charge made that happen. But the story they're telling us is they had 12 guys with box cutters, or 9 guys who hijacked these planes, and they just took it over and flew into the Pentagon, and they flew into the whatever the I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. And all those guys were Saudis. They weren't from these so-called stereotypical terrorist countries. They're Saudis. So I'm Muslim, but African Muslim. Listen carefully to the teachings of Ethiopian church, despise the Zionists, and they constantly remind Muslims and warn us all beware of the synagogue. Yeah, that goes on too. Why does it go over people's heads? But they want to say this, oh, you're anti Semitic. I'm going to be real, what I've been hearing for years too. In the Bible, it says those who call themselves the Jews are the synagogue of Satan. It does say that. Right? And then I could go more deeper, but it might get more sensitive. It might get really sensitive. I could go deep, 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 because I know history. You're dealing with a guy who knows history. I haven't gone into that chamber for a while. I could dust it off. I know history, and it'll make things look really bad. But Netanyahu is going to come with the revenge. He's going to come with the revenge. Trump, he cursed them. He knows about the Epstein stuff. He knows about the Epstein. He just ain't gonna expose his people. But like I said, the conspiracy about this whole about those times is that no Jewish people showed up on that date, 9/11. Now, I don't know if that's full of facts. I'm not saying that's facts, but that's what been said over and over, all these conspiracy circles, over and over. And they said it's a controlled demolition. It was a controlled demolition, like no building comes down like that with a plane hitting it, that it just went crumbling straight down, right? Remember, who built those buildings? Who owns that property? A lot of real estate, eh? You guys know who I'm talking about. You could do your research. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It doesn't look good. So, within 3 weeks, I told you, something's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen to Trump or something's going to hit off in America within 3 weeks. Remember, you could come back to me. Remember, I said that. Within 3 weeks, all the gas in the United States comes from the United States. Yeah? The gas is only expensive in the blue states because governors have raised the taxes. I live in a red state and it's pretty cheap. Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of the gas does come from America. So why is America using why does America have relationships in the Middle East with oil rich countries? Why are they protecting them? Why are there bases in the Middle East? You're right. If America has so much oil, my question I would like to ask you, redhead Bigfoot, why is it so important for America to be protecting Saudi Arabia and Bahrain and Jordan and all those places and Qatar? Why the interest of that? If some people would say, not for me, I believe what you say. America has a lot of oil, but why is the interest in those countries if America doesn't need them? Just want to know. Why does America care for Venezuela oil? Why does America care for the Strait to be open? Why is the rest of the world's oil going up high prices? Right? So there's a reason. Galatians 18. But even if we or the angel from the heaven should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let them be under God's curse. Quran is cursed by God. So you're saying the Quran? The Quran, okay, let me stop some of you. Okay, I see what you guys are doing, this religion thing back and forth. The Torah, the Bible comes from the Torah, and the Quran comes from the Torah. Let me say it again, the Old Testament. The Bible comes from the Torah, and the Quran comes from the Torah. So, No matter, no one is going to be right, Christian or Muslim. You're both getting all of that from the Hebrew Israelites or the Jewish people. That's all from them, right? So Mr. Um, Netanyahu has a plan. He has a plan coming. I tell you, a plan coming, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Trump cursing him off. No man wants to be cursed off, right? Nobody wants to be belittled, right? Trump has been doing it to a lot of people. This guy, I see Netanyahu's attitude. He grew up in America. He knows what a disrespect is. He's going to hit him back in another way, mentally, right? Going on since Israel attacks. Yes, do you like Trump? Do I like Trump? That's a good question. I like certain things Trump has done. I don't like everything he has done. I've liked that he's straight up, which people don't like it. I like that he's raw and unfiltered. His opinions is not all what it's called scripted. You could tell it's from him, good or bad. Even someone who says something negative, as long as it's honest, I respect that. Even if I don't agree with it, I respect that because the person is telling you who they are. You know what I don't respect? The people who smile in your face and they act like everything is good, and behind your back, they really hate your ass. You know who that is? That could have been Bill Clinton and his wife. I'm just giving you guys an example like that, right? So it's better to know your enemy than the enemy trying to act like they're your friend. And at least Donald Trump is telling you he ain't your damn friend, and he's telling you who he is. I will respect that shit. Even if some people might think it's dumb, I respect that shit. See, I can tell people hate Donald Trump. They just popped, it just went down the live. The only thing Trump bad was America first. After that went out the window. Yes. So you were saying, Johnny boy, the only thing Trump had was America first. That went out the window. It's not America first. It's not America first. And I don't think he gives a damn about America. That's all of an act. Remember, Trump's an actor. I got to remind people. Trump is an actor. Number two, I'm going to hit you guys with this. He loves America so much, you could love anybody you want. He loves America so much that never had an American wife. He loves America so much that he never had an American wife. How do you American woman who praised Donald Trump feel? He thinks you're disgusting. He doesn't like American women. How do you feel? You're supporting that? Okay, let's see. Sandy, you yourself are cursed following a book judged by the Council of Nasia. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Um, how do you feel about Trump? Because all his wives, were any of them American? Let me know. Was one of them American? Let me know. I don't know, because it don't seem he liked America that much because he never married an American, right? Trump said he didn't care about the voters, just their votes. Yes, and he said if you want to fool Americans, right, become a Republican. And he said Americans believe anything on TV, saying basically Americans are dumb. Donald Trump said this. He said if you want to fool Americans, they believe anything on TV. That's why he got into media. That's why he had The Apprentice. He's basically saying if you want to fool Americans, just they'll believe any damn thing. And you know what? Not all Americans are like that. No, they're not. But seeing on social media with certain debates, yeah, big percentage of you believe in a lot of bullshit without doing research. Trust me, you do, right? This man is God sent. Much respect, man, Quasi. A lot of them do. Trump said a lot of Americans do believe in bullshit, man. Like I could bring up other situations what they don't know about, and I'm saying, what do you know about that? They just want to be right all the time. That's the problem. The ego. The ego's hurting America. You want to be right, can't admit that you're wrong sometimes. You're wrong. You're wrong. A lot of the times, that's why shit is going on in America so bad. Because people don't want to admit that they're friggin' wrong, right? When Bush went into the first, whatever, that war, the second Bush, yo, he said they had weapons of mass destruction. We're still looking for the weapons of mass destruction. How much Americans are calling out that guy to be in prison for war crimes? Nobody, because they're brainwashed by the media. Trump said if he were to become president, he would choose Republican because, yes, yes, James, you're one. See, I'm not just making it up, people in the chat. There's other people who are witness to it. They're coming out. Thank you. Thank you, God. Right? They're coming out. I'm not just making it up. He did say that. Let me read it again. Trump said if he were to become president, he would choose Republican because they are stupid. This is from James Sanders. Yes, yes, much respect. It's true. He did say that. And he says if you want to fool Americans, yo, they believe anything on TV or the media. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, people. Support the platform. Down to Earth Network. We're on Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all podcast platforms. So, for the last month, something happened. I took a little rest from Donald Trump talking about Donald Trump because of the algorithm, right? Something is going on, YouTube. Much respect to whoever, but they want this message to go out. Donald Trump wants people to report that he cursed off Israel. I ain't falling for the okey doke fully. He wants the world to see, hey, I cursed those guys out. They're the reason why Iran is not giving in. It's them now. So now the blame goes to Israel now. You know what they're saying? There's a high voltage of anti Semitic stuff going on. That's been reported in Canada and certain places. A high voltage of anti Semitism going on. Right? That's what they're saying. And you hear this? What's going on right now? Coincidence? Isn't it such a coincidence that all of a sudden reports in Canada and places, other places, they're warning, they're on high alert. The police, the law enforcement, they're on high alert for anti Semitic stuff? No. Don't make them fool you and brainwash you, right? So when you talk about them, it has to be anti-Semitic. I don't understand that shit. But my people, I'll be saying, and I have to blame some of my people. People could talk about black people for days, all types of ways, do all types of stuff, and no one's saying anything about it. But you can't say nothing about the Jewish people. Don't say nothing about them. Donald Trump has just turned the latch on. He just turned it up. Trump said, smart people don't like me. He said, smart people don't like him. Dumb people like him. Smart people don't like Trump. Only dumb people like Trump? I'm not going to say, no, I don't believe that fully. Mm-mm. But Donald Trump's a businessman. Don't forget. People want to put him out as his politician. He's a damn businessman first, right? And American, as he says, first. He don't give a damn about whatever, the people. He don't care. He's 80 years old. That's where he's basically turning 80. He don't give a damn. What's next for America? I'm going to tell you, they're going to Cuba. This man wants to go to Cuba and start shit up, right? But him cursing Netanyahu, is that going to help America? You're making an enemy of your best friend? You're making an enemy of the country what basically controls America? Did you know that Israel has the best Air Force? Did you guys know that? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Support the platform. Smart people don't like him because he can't BS them. You're right. You're right. Yo, a lot of things is coming up, and it's kind of scary to be American because the ICE network is alerted again. His secret police or his police are alerted again. Do you guys know that? Meanwhile, this is going on. The shit is going to hit the fan in America. The ICE is restarted in New Jersey now. They're in the East Coast. They're planning a new campaign in the East Coast, probably even New York, right? Because they're searching for certain types of people. They're searching for these silent terrorists, what they want to call it. These guys who have hacked the American system. And they think it's just Iranians. I'm going to tell you, I have evidence. I've been through it. It's not the Iranians, really. You know who's behind this? You know who the big picture is? Russia. I shall continue. Russia. Easy, don't support BS. It's easy. Yes, Russia is behind all of this. It's Russia and America with China. Russia is behind all of this. And Canada and America are together, really. The people want to make it like, no, no. Canada and America is fighting against Russia. China's in between. Canada's playing it smart, being friendly with China. And now America, Trump understands, you know what? I was cursing Canada so much. I kind of see what you guys are doing. It's Russia behind Iran. China behind Iran. It's Russia who's starting to do these what's called these infiltrating the FBI. They're the ones going in, right? Cyber attacks. They're doing that's the big war, people. Cyber attacks. You don't have to be sure about me. Cyber attacks is going on right now. You know what Trump said a long time ago? Not too long ago. I'm quoting what he said. And that's why the war is at right now. World War III is right now. I'm telling you. He said, China, they're spying on us through our phones. They make our phones. No one took that serious. That went over people's heads. Let me say it again. Trump said China is spying through our phones. And that's why he took over your, what's called? TikTok. That's why TikTok is taken over by America. That's why he took over a percentage of it. He made sure he took over a percentage of it because he blames them for spying. That's the only reason. And that went over people's heads too. That went over people's heads. People are still using it. I delete that shit off my phone. 200 million Americans are users of it. Most of America, a big percentage of America, are TikTok users. That's your digital ID, people. Just to remind all that you Americans who love the TikTok. That's your digital ID. The update they done 3 months ago. They got you. So now the ICE is going out. If you are a legal immigrant, if you are somebody doing some illegal stuff, they're going out there. Right? Netanyahu was helping Donald Trump. Who you think they sold the company to? Who you think they sold TikTok to? They're about to screw up America. Online, who you think owns friggin' TikTok? Look up the company. Orion. Last I remember, it's an Israel company. Didn't that just tell you that Israel has the top spy agency in the world or technology? TikTok. 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 What is going to happen? They own a big percentage of your information. Israel. Israel knows all these 200 million Americans. And Trump wants to start with this guy? You sure, Donald? Do you really want to cook something up with Netanyahu and he got influence on your social platform you both work together to take control of? Hmm? Much respect, everybody in the chat. Bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform. It's the Down to Earth Network. It's about to get crazy, people. It's about to be a hot summer. It's about to be a crazy summer, right? They got all these distractions. Right now, I could tell you guys ain't distracted now. He woke a lot of you guys up with this cursing. He woke you guys up how he cursed this prime minister of Israel. You guys are not getting distracted by the alien stuff. It's not working. You guys are not getting distracted by these this urban rap beef. What they put two black men all arguing against each other. You guys are smart if you're not. Right? Trump is a puppet. Yes. Why did the great Dave Chappelle say in one skit, "Shh, they are coming"? Oh, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was smart. He's very careful talking about Trump. He's very careful because he kind of supported Trump in a way. He's saying, "Oh, Trump is not going after me because I got money." Right? Let's see if Dave Chappelle brings up more stuff about Trump or waits till he's finished being the president. But they got the distraction tools out now. The alien stuff ain't really working too much. It's kind of. You know what they said the other day? This is what Donald Trump. They put up a website for aliens, right? You know what Donald Trump said the other day, or his administration? They're walking amongst us. They're walking amongst us. So I'm just going to my conspiracy bag again. Is Netanyahu an alien? Is he one of them? Is Netanyahu one of them? Because they're saying they hide in the governments. Is he one of them? Who are these people who now it seems like a movie? They're saying they're amongst us. This is like they know or something. That movie with Roddy Piper way back in the day, right? They've been here. Okay, they've been here. That's another story. If you guys want me to get deep into that, man, dude, I would have to do another episode. It depends if you guys want me to talk about that, man, because that is another thing. That disclosure stuff. That's another thing. But uh, this guy, right, Netanyahu, is he an alien? Is he one of them? Is he the one amongst us? Is Trump one of them? Is his wife one of them? Like who are these people? Now they're actually putting this out on social media. Is this what Trump been saying about fake news for a long time? Is this what he been saying, or is it real news? You see how they got people from fake news to real news, reverse psychology, and this AI stuff? This AI stuff is dangerous, eh? Let me tell you guys that. People, please subscribe. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Yes, much respect, man. Much respect, Johnny. Um, this AI stuff is dangerous. What's going on right now? It's there's so much things to this. It's crazy because Trump already said fake news from a long time. Trump already called it. He said fake news, and that is a weapon to if the real shit is out there, you're gonna question it. And if the fake stuff is out, if the real shit out there, you're gonna question it, right? And the fake stuff, they can make it look real. Because when they're showing you stuff, for example, these flying things on video, you're gonna say, "Hey, now you can question it. Hey, that's friggin' AI, but maybe it's real." I'm not saying it's real, but maybe it's real. I'm just saying. So now this guy, right, Netanyahu, is gonna play with America now. He's gonna play. Remember, this guy grew up in America. Don't forget Netanyahu. I seen his documentary. I digged him up. This man could speak perfect English, right? Perfect English. And they're saying he's not really Jewish. They're saying his family converted or a long time ago to being Jewish. That he's not really that. Do you guys know that? Huh? This guy is American. To me, he's American. Or is he CIA? When you look up Netanyahu's story, it kind of has a story as a CIA agent. That's how it looks like. Like he is CIA, right? Perfect Hebrew. All of them are converts. Yes, I just got here. I'm hearing reasoning going on. It deserves some much respect, man. America always blaming somebody else for their wars. Yeah, it's going on, but this guy, because he got cursed out, remember, just think you as a man, if you're a man or anybody who demands respect, someone comes on the phone to you, you're a public figure, and said, "Yeah, curse." He don't feel good. And you know what he said? "If it wasn't for me, your ass would be in prison." That's embarrassing. He said if it wasn't for himself, Trump, that Netanyahu would be locked up in prison. He didn't like that. The Korean War was Israel's fault. Yes, probably. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of wars. What happened? What went under like secret shit. And South Africa, just look up South Africa. Certain things down there, apartheid stuff and all that stuff, and who's behind it. Just look it up. Just look it up. Just look it up. Right? It's kind of, every time we talk about the Israel, it has to be anti-Semitic. It's not anti-Semitic. It's not. It's just everybody could see shit for real, right? Since I was in high school, every day coming home, my dad has the news on. I've been hearing Arafat and the whatever, the PLO, whatever, fighting with Israel for what, almost 30 something years, if not way before that. My dad was telling me when he was in school, my dad's near 80 years old. When he was in school, that's all he was hearing. Israel and whatever, the Palestinians, Israel, when he was young. And he's near 80 years old, my dad. Oh, yeah, near 80 years old, right? So my knowledge, when I'm talking on here, is not from some books, not from the internet, right? This is from experience, from my dad and the elders I was around. They've seen it in their time. They've seen a lot of stuff. I got knowledge which I haven't put out on here, which they have told me about certain things. And now it's come to light. A lot of the stuff what was taught to me as a teenager, young teenager coming up as a man, what they were exposing before the internet and Instagram and YouTube existed. We had something called reasoning, where we would sit in the basement or wherever and talk about world issues amongst ourselves. And I was one of the youngest ones, right? And these men would tell me about all these things what they witnessed growing up and in history. And that's why when some people online try to debate with me some bullshit they got from some fake news, I see through that shit and I see through the propaganda because I'm getting it either from real people who are journalists, who made books, who visited Africa or went certain places, or real men. Not the internet shit. You get what I'm saying? So Israel and America's cursed because first of all, after World War II, that place, Palestine and all that stuff, that was unlawful. That whole thing going on. I don't care who is hurt about what I'm saying. This is my opinion. That place is just made up. You know where they said Israel was supposed to be? Netanyahu, right? Watch out. Where he said, oh yeah, don't forget Israel is the reason why America had slavery and yes, segregation. So let me tell you guys a thing about this guy Netanyahu too, right? Because he's part of it. Guess where Israel, they plan to put Israel before Palestine? Guess. I want to know if anybody knows where they're going to put Israel. And this will blow some of your mind where it was originally supposed to be put. America and England, where Israel is going to be. This will show you, that's why I look on that place, what they're doing is a travesty. I want you to guess if anybody could guess where they were going to put Israel. I want to see in the chat. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. No, it was Uganda. Uganda was the place. That's why the Uganda government now said they will go and help Israel defend itself. Long time ago, it was Uganda that Israel was, well, the Jews of Europe wanted to take and colonize, like kind of like South Africa. Uganda, the motherland, that was the place that they were going to call Israel the Holy Land. So it probably is the Holy Land. It's the motherland. It makes sense now, right? Think we're the smartest thing in the galaxy. That's just sad. Billions of years, only two genders, but 20th century. But the Bible people, see, I could believe what you're saying, science. There's a fight between the religion and science. I'm sorry. There's a big fight between that, right? There's a big fight. If you believe in religion, you can't believe in millions of years and the evolution stuff, right? But Uganda was the place what was supposed to be Israel, not Palestine. But the reason why they didn't do that, it would look too bad, right? That what they're doing to the Palestinians. Imagine that in Africa, up until this day. Imagine seeing that these people, they look European to me, and doing all this stuff to these Africans after slavery and all this stuff was going, and in America, what's been going on with civil rights. Imagine that they would have been in Uganda. They couldn't do the same stuff what they're doing in Palestine to them Africans in Uganda. That could never happen. Maybe they would have had certain control for a while, but that wouldn't have happened. Them doing all that slaughtering, that wouldn't have happened in Uganda. So they said, "Hey, let's take this out of here." No, 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 we can't be in Africa, man. We can't be in Africa, man. We got to take this out to the place. It's more or less people and stuff, and maybe we won't have to have our people mix as much because they're a little bit lighter, right? If all the European Jewish people after World War II went to Uganda, how would that be? It'd be different. It'd be different. That's why some went to Argentina and some went to other places, right? The black Jews who left, the Falashas who left Ethiopia, who went to Israel in the late 80s, a lot of them committed suicide because they weren't accepted by the so-called whatever over there. They weren't accepted. They're treated like garbage, right? And like someone was saying about the slave trade and stuff like that, when you start, things are coming up. That's why they don't like the internet. They don't like people like me talking. Things are coming up that a lot of them were involved in the slave trade. It's a business. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that a lot of them was involved in the slave trade. You want me to get more deeper now? I'll get more deep. The Amish people in America that claim they have land there and they use religion. Do you know where they're from, really? The Amish? Do you know their descendants, where the Amish are from? Denmark and Germany. Let me say it again. Denmark and Germany. Look how the Amish look. Look on their style of dressing and their way of customs. Who is it similar to? That's all I gotta say. Did the Amish have slaves? They were like one of the first settlers in America. They didn't have no slaves. What's Yiddish? You ever heard of Yiddish? What's Yiddish? Sounds like Jewish. So, like I'm saying, Trump is angry as like hell right now. And I think, going in my conspiracy bag, Netanyahu's talking on the phone to Vance and behind, Donald Trump, that your guy, he's losing it, dementia, he's getting crazy. You know what? If it's possible, I hope when you become president, if you become president, let's deal the right way. He's going off his rockers right now. That's exactly what's going on because Trump always says he uses Vance to talk for him. Trump always puts it out. Vance is talking for me. Is that a good way? You're sure, Trump, you want Vance to speak for you, man? I seen a clip of Vance when he was younger, little chubbier, like disrespecting you, man. The man never respected you, and Rubio too. These guys, how did they become? This is to show you, it's like we're living in a movie. Like these guys come from hating this man, which is an act, to being under him. And Trump is like saying, and his sons probably tell Trump, those guys, get those guys with you, right? They hate you, but they'll help you. That's what's happening now. They're with him, vice president, and he got Rubio, right? Two guys who hated him are with him. So you got to watch your back. And I think Trump got people watching his back, right? 5 assassination attempts. You know the next attempt now? You're screwing with Netanyahu, Trump. You know what the next attempt is? You know what could be the next attempt? The next attempt, they won't miss. And it won't be any Americans doing it this time. It won't be that. So you got to look out, Mr. Trump. Look out for what's to come because it doesn't look good for you. Cursing out this guy and saying that he's a war criminal. If it wasn't for him, he'll be in prison. That's a big thing to say. If it wasn't for me, you would be in prison, locked up, locked away. Do you hear that shit? If it wasn't for him, you would be in prison. locked up. And you know what? You should be in prison. A war crime. You've been doing war crimes. This is not anti-Semitic when you say Jewish. It's not. But they want you to think that way. You're against them. No, you're not. Freedom of speech does not exist. I understand that. And right now they're playing me. I told you I've been covering this thing for months. This war with Trump for months. For months I've been covering this. They don't like it. They hate the message I've been putting out there, exposing the system. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. They hate what I've been putting out, right? They've been blocking me from the lives. They've been doing a whole bunch of stuff right now. I'm surprised people are on watching right now because they've been doing it. And people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, share the live. They've been doing it for a good month or two, right? Doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. Filtering out the system. I guess YouTube took off the filter. I guess YouTube took off the filter. I guess YouTube wants, I don't know what you done, Trump or whoever, what you guys done, but they took off something and it's on back again, right? It's on back, right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So, what do you guys think about this whole situation? It's World War III, people. I hope you know it's World War III, right? It's been World War III from 2001, right? From 2001, it's been World War III. From those World Trade Centers drop, it's been World War III. Economic war, economic war, and undercoverly, America's been other places, not telling you what they're doing missions. Right now, they're doing missions in South America. It's going down in South America right now. Attacks, boats getting shot, explosions in the Caribbean. The cartels are a terrorist organization now, and they vowed a bounty on Donald Trump's head. Now they're putting pieces to the puzzle that the Iranian, that the Muslim or whatever, not Muslim, I shouldn't say that. The Iranians or the terrorists in the Middle East been working with the cartels for years. Oh, now you know. Now you know. What? Now you guys know? Guys, I gotta get a drink. You guys gonna be here if I get a drink? Cause my mouth, I have some more to tell you. I have to go get a drink, but gas prices. Some people said the red states is all right. Blue states they're paying a lot. I'm hearing $6, man. All of this is causing your prices for groceries and gas to be high price. It's not good. It's not good. But I'm gonna get some water, man. I'm gonna get some water. Bless, bless. Yeah, I got my water right here. They took the filter off. I could tell. YouTube has taken the filter off, right? Um, we're supposed to have freedom of speech. I know that doesn't exist. Doesn't really exist. But Netanyahu is planning his attack. People might say it's crazy. Why are you saying that? He's planning his attack back on Trump. And how it will be, it won't be nice, right? There was an old prophecy, beware of peace in the East. I've known this for over 30 years, and here we are. Yes, you're right, you're right, you're right. Peace in the Middle East. Remember? Let's have peace in the Middle East. Right? So a lot of things is going on, man. And the biggest thing what they put in front of our faces, because it's been in Hollywood so long, is this alien stuff. Like this is the main thing they're gonna push. So it makes me wonder now, since these guys are not friends anymore, clearly, right? They're not friends right now. What what are they gonna show us now? Are you gonna see like a UFO drop on like Washington's front doorsteps? Are you gonna see like some UFO thing drop? Because that would make everybody take their attention away from a lot of shit, right? Are we gonna see? You're gonna see something in the next few weeks. That's what I'm telling you, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, right? Um, Definitely, people are concerned about what's to come. They're really concerned with what's to come. Trump, 5 assassination attempts. Maybe it seems like six. 6 assassination attempts, I would say. Now, you curse this guy out and say, I protected you, you should be locked up in prison. So if you should be locked up in prison, that means you're supporting a criminal. You were supporting a criminal, Donald. You're supporting a crook. So you know what this guy's going to turn around and say? Guess what he's going to say? You're calling me? You're saying I should be in prison? Trump, do you want to push that more? Because you're saying he should be in prison? You know what he's going to say in his defense? Saying, what? Me? You should be in prison. That's how he's going to hit it. He's going to say, you should be in prison, Donald. If you're going to push the prison thing on this guy that he should be, he's going to say, okay, we're not friends anymore, 100%. Let's take off the gloves. We're not friends anymore. You are a pedophile, Trump. That's what he's going to say. You were in the Epstein files, Trump. That's what he's going to say. You should be charged for war crimes, Trump, because you went into Iraq. Wait a minute. Then Trump said, you made me go into Iran. Right? That's what's going to come up 100%. So, Trump, do you really want to push that if it wasn't for him, you would be in prison? You know what he said? He said that about the Pope, something similar like that. If it wasn't for him, you would not be a Pope. He said that about the American Pope. He said, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be the Pope. So now let's get in the conspiracy bag right now. Back again. Who's the Antichrist? Who would be fit the Antichrist right now? If we were to call it, not saying any of them is the Antichrist, but now you got the American Pope. The American is a Pope. Never thought that would happen. You got Donald Trump, right? And then you got this guy Netanyahu, who's American too, to me. Who's the Antichrist? Elon Musk? Oh, and him too. Yes. So you got these characters. You got Elon Musk, the new Pope Leo, Donald Trump, and Netanyahu. Out of those four, who's the Antichrist? What I learned, it's not just one person. It could be a group of people. So I said Netanyahu, right? Pope Leo, which is American Pope in history. Trump, right? And who else? I know I'm forgetting one more. I know I'm forgetting, right? The Pope. You believe the Pope? He's the first. See, that even goes over people's heads too. Who would ever think it would be American who would be the Pope? And he's going to be the Pope for a good while unless someone assassinates him. Would be the Pope for the world. And he's American. That's a symbol, big symbol, right? Four Horsemen. Yes, Elon's dad wrote a document called the Tech Not Nate. Okay, the Technate is the future of America. Interesting. I want to look up that book. Interesting, right? It's like info. I don't know if you guys, everybody in the chat, I'm going to give you this info. That's why it's kind of, I hate that this man's going, they're having a war. I'm going to hit you guys with this info if you don't know. When Obama was the president, they had problems with Iran the same way, and they were talking with Iran. They didn't go into Iran like what is going on now. They had this thing called Stux Net. I said it a couple times. STUX net. And the Stuxnet was a cyber attack on Iran's nuclear facilities. And what this cyber attack done, it made their nuclear facilities, it destroyed it itself. Like it destroyed a lot of their programs that it hurt them, basically, their whole program. This thing called Stuxnet. So America doesn't need to send any military. They just need to be in a room and press a button, and they could destroy their nuclear plants. So this is all a show for us. The Bible talks about the city hills. Everybody knows that's Rome. Okay. So it's saying, yeah, something about South America to Greenland will be one giant country. Oh, that's why they're doing that. I see what you're saying. Greenland and South America. Now you got Venezuela. Right now. He got Venezuela. He wants Cuba. He, he's it's kind of not clear with the Greenland situation because they're talking against Trump, right? That's not clear. The bales of I gotta look that book up. But right now, there's even the other book with Trump, right? There's a book with Trump, the last president. Some people don't believe he's going to be, you know, he's going to be the last president. So who's after? What does that mean if Trump is the last president? Is it going to be civil war in America? Because so far it's kind of the civil is not. It seems like people don't like each other more than ever right now. Um, there's a lot of people who probably don't want Trump in there, and there's people who want Trump in there. Um, five assassination attempts. Will there be another attempt on his life? I don't know. We shall see. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, people. Support the platform. So, I don't know if you guys don't know. I'm going to encourage you to do some research of things I've mentioned, like Stuxnet. Do some research on Netanyahu, where he went to school, how he grew up. And when you see his history, like people like to look up Donald Trump, when you see this guy's history, man, he seems like a CIA agent. He's like a CIA agent, straight up. Look up the map of the Technica, and you will have an understanding of it. I believe so. I'm gonna remember that right there. I believe so. I believe so. But when you look up this guy, Benjamin Netanyahu, if any of you guys have another phone, if you have your computer, look up his early history. Benjamin Netanyahu. Look him up. Actually, I think he has another name. I don't even think that's his real name, right? He was living in America for a good long time, majority of his life. He speaks perfect English. He went, I think, to Yale or Harvard, one of those schools. So he's American, right? Trump's history is nothing too abnormal. I'm talking about Netanyahu. He's something, right? He's something. He got a history, very interesting history, which a lot of people don't know, right? A lot of people don't know who this guy is, and how come he's still in charge of stuff? How long can he be a prime minister in Israel? I swear this guy's been around since I've been in high school. I swear he's been around that long. And that's a good while ago. right? I swear that guy been in charge since I've been like graduated high school and stuff like that. Wasn't he or his family from Poland? Yes, yes, yes. You're right. So I'm not saying there ain't no Polish Jews, but he lived in America for a good long time. Heard Epstein got Netanyahu in contact with the party head of the right wing party. You probably, yeah, yeah. He is an imposter. He's not a real, yeah, a native in Germany. You're right. In case you don't know how to like a live on the phone, didn't click. Yeah, much respect, man. Much respect, Greg News. Son. Much respect, man. Much respect. Much respect. You know what? People are gonna always use the weapon of this anti-Semitic shit. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that. And this coming from a black man. Because I be hearing about black this and black that and black this and you know who's behind all of that? Shall I get deep? Who's behind the rap music, right? Some of the self-destruction music? Who's behind the pornography industry? Who's behind the violent or whatever the movies? I shall not say. Well, I am saying it. But just to show you who's controlling the media, could control the narrative, and have influence over the people. This is a raw, unfiltered, live people. I'm getting deep down to earth. There's some people who may know me, may not like my opinions, but I'm being real, and I don't give I don't give a f because people don't care about the natives of the land. They don't care. Like even our own people don't care about Black history, right? We could criticize everybody else, but you can't criticize them, and you can't criticize the alphabet society either, right? I can't criticize the alphabet society either. I think that's even worse. That's even worse. I can't say nothing about that. If you say, whew, I probably get a lot. I ain't even saying no more. Which one is worse, right? Thanks. Much respect. Even if we didn't agree, it's cool. See, it's like I said, if you believe in God, God gave everybody free will. I respect everybody's opinion. If it doesn't have to be what I'm never going to force anything on people. I respect you when you have your opinion, and sometimes your opinion could change my opinion. That's I'm open. Sometimes your opinion could educate me, give and change my opinion, something that I haven't seen. I'm not like all these other guys on these platforms and shit like that. And change it. Yeah, Elon Musk, he wants to buy stuff. He wants to buy things. He's really with Trump still. Even though he played like he broke out from Trump. That man is with Donald Trump. 100%. He's still with Donald Trump, that guy. He owns respect to the owner of YouTube. I know who owns YouTube. I don't know if a lot of you know. Respect the conversation. All the rest will fall into place. We all learn from some truth. Yes, much respect. The truth shall set you free, hopefully. It shall set you free. If you believe in God, much respect. But like I tell certain people, there's people who do not have conversations with people who do not believe in God, right? So everybody has their opinion, and I respect everybody. But what's next is this man got disrespected, and I don't know if he's just gonna take it like sitting down like Trump, calling him out, cursing him out. It's all over social media, or is he gonna reply with a vengeance, meaning sabotage the American society, make Americans scared again? That's how it sounds. You remember what happened World War II with in Hawaii when Pearl Harbor? You remember that? You want me to talk about that? in this feed, that how we figured out what is real. Much respect, man. Boss, the two guys are the two-headed swords that are not real. Yeah, I know. Can't say that. I know I agree with what you're saying, Jeffrey. Yes, much respect, Greg. Um, Man, I was about to dig something up. There's something really important I wanted to tell you. Oh, Lee, maybe it might come back to me. It's very important what's going on. But this okay, Pearl Harbor. Let's have good memory. Pearl Harbor, the conspiracy with the Pearl Harbor, what I've heard too over and over. That, and this is not me. This is what's being reported. That America wasn't into World War II. They weren't into World War II in the beginning. That until Pearl Harbor happened, and who was pushing that at home was the these people were pushing it, because if America did not come in to World War II, Hitler would have had a chance to take over more stuff. Oh yeah. So that's what's been going on for years. It's around. People talk about it, right? People talk about it. Who's been pumping billions and billions into the West for nearly, yep, century to educate us with their outlook? It's worked. Yep. Generations now feed this to the public from their ivory media towers. Yep. There was got American there was got America involved. A woke sleeping giant. Japan said yes. These people got America involved in World War II. America wasn't involved. This is what's going on now. This is what's going on now. And that's why America had to drop that big bomb on, Hiroshima. Because somebody told America, you guys are in danger. Endangered, man. They knew what was coming. I can't say it because it's too harsh. It hurt some people. They knew what was coming. They could have stopped all that Pearl Harbor stuff. That's as far as they went. They could have stopped it, but guess what? If we stop it, America's not going to go into Europe and help. So we let them come. Let them come, right? Let them come, right? They didn't hit New York. They didn't hit the West Coast. They didn't hit the South. They hit Hawaii. So this is the thing. The powers that be control all of this. I'm talking especially in America and the world too, right? Netanyahu is going to hit Donald Trump with something. Now you make enemies. You made enemies with your friend, or you guys better patch it up, because it seems that Donald Trump is agreeing with the Iranian regime. Let me say it again. It seems Donald Trump is agreeing with the Iranian regime. They came to Donald Trump saying, "Guess what? This guy's not listening. This guy's going after our friends Hezbollah. So if as long as they do that, we're not opening up no strat. That deal's off the table. That deal is off the table. We're not opening nothing. Forget about that, Donald." That's what they're saying. Forget about that whole deal. If Israel is still going after Lebanon, we ain't for it. So now Trump's like, shit. We almost came to a deal. We have these guys agreeing with us. We have them willing to give up certain things. But these idiots are causing they still want us here. You still want us here, man. That's what Trump's saying. You guys still want us here. What the F are you guys doing? What are you guys doing in Lebanon? We have a deal with these Iranian regime guys to give up certain shit, to open up the strat. But they don't give a damn shit about that. They just want to eliminate. Right? Yeah, he said he just want to eliminate. That's all they want to do. They want to eliminate. I've heard what Netanyahu said. I've heard, when some people might have some mercy for people, this guy has no mercy. He has no mercy how he talks, how he's directing their military to do certain things. The protesters came there the other day. He locked up protesters from America and Canada or wherever. This guy locked them up. They shouldn't really be there because you're putting yourself. Why are you coming from Canada, America, going down to Israel and protesting? What do you expect is going to happen? They're going to welcome you with open arms. So this guy right now is caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and that's why for months they've been quiet. Why you think you'd remember? This one I gotta remind, especially my American people, my American folk, and everybody in the world. This guy was Trump, and him was making it. It was Israel and America's war. I gotta remind people, it's not just America. In the beginning, it was Israel with America doing this war. Let's not forget it. They've changed it. And these guys have been silent ever since they got hit with a couple missiles from Iran. They've been silent and quiet and just waited for America to bring this ship over there, and bomb this and do a whole bunch of stuff. Right? Someone said something. I think, was it Candace Owens? And I'm not surprised. She said that something. I'm going to tell you what she said. She said she believes Trump is being controlled by a group of evil people. Do you guys believe that? Is that Are we going to let him take him like are we going to jump on that? They're saying Trump's being controlled by a group of evil people. And then I look at it, oh, that's crazy. But it could be real. It could actually be real. A group of evil people. Right? His son in law, Kushner, is linked with, let me say it again. His son in law is Kushner. He's linked with, and if his son in law is in the picture, he could be telling certain people, like, hey, buddy, hey, father in law or whatever, be quiet. Be quiet. Because I got dirt on you. You know, Netanyahu and us, we got the dirt on you. What are you saying? You got to continue in what you're doing. We got the dirt on you. So who are these evil people? Vance? Rubio? Kushner? Is those the evil people Candace Owens is talking about? It must be. It must be. So I'm not saying that he's fully confirming that, but is it true? Do you guys think so? People, bring up the likes. Please subscribe. Leaders, parties, countries use their influence to pit one against another in all history, make false conflicts. They're all together. Yes, it's true. It's called, I can't even say that word, right? Netanyahu is back blackmailing Trump. Yes. You know what? There's a bad word on here. I can't say. This is to show you the guilt. And I don't want to say it because they always spotlight it under when I talk about it sometimes. Maybe I'll just say it like the wrestling thing. The NWO. The NWO. Like, you know what those guys use in wrestling. The NWO. That's for real. Yeah, it's for real. Who's the head of the NWO? Who's one of the heads of the NWO? That guy. Trump's daughter has to confirm to Jewish. Yep, to marry Jared Kushner. Yes. America is clearly a superpower under occupation. Free ourselves. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And where do you think is going to happen to Kushner? What do you think Kushner is going to do? What do you think his what he aspires to be? Oh, I left him out too in the Antichrist thing. What do you think that guy aspires to do? Kushner. He aspires to be a president of America. Let me say it again. He aspires to be the president of America. Right? And I'm going to call it, maybe not now. It might be 10 years from now. It might be 15 years from now. If our world is still around, that guy's running for president. Let me say it again. His son-in-law is going to run for president. Not now, anytime soon, but probably 2035. I see that guy running for president. He is set, like Donald Trump and certain guys, to be the president. That Kushner guy. I hope you guys know. President Kushner. Start calling him that. Start. My, I'm not from no poor country. Where are you from? Where are you from? And what's poor? What's the definition of poor? It's not materialistic. Right now, America's poor. Right now, there's so much people suffering, they can't even buy their groceries. Right now, there's people who can't even pay for the gas. So America's poor right now. And this guy is laughing. He's probably saying, yo, this guy Trump cursed me off. He said F bombs, he flinged all these F bombs, but I know about him. He's nothing to worry about. If he acts up anymore, we'll just release these Epstein files on him. If Trump acts up anymore, we're just gonna release these files on his ass. You better help us. You better help us, America. That's what's going on. You better help us. Because if you don't help us, this time we are releasing the videos. He's going to run the country from the 666 building. Just wow. Bible says things like this. Yes. I think Kushner is going to be a president, right? Yeah, there's trolls. I love the trolls, man. I love the trolls, man. Trust me, I know what to do. I don't worry about them. I love it, man. I'm the wrong person to troll. Because I could be a troll master myself. Lee, what's going on, man? Hopefully, Trump apologizes to his boss. I hope Trump apologizes to this man, right? He says he's not trolling. I seen worse. That's not trolling. But thanks for that, James. Um, Trump right now has to apologize to his boss. He has to apologize to his boss. And you know why I'm going to get to? Trump is a businessman. Trump has real estate. Trump has a lot of property out in America. Some he's leasing from certain individuals. Who do you think he has to go through to do a lot of his business? Let me say it again. Who do you think Trump has to go through for a lot of his business? So, if you cursing Netanyahu and blaming them for this whole war now, get ready for the people at home who support the Jewish state and Netanyahu to do something to you, Donald Trump. Meaning, your business, a lot of your business might feel something. You're going to start to see investigations coming up, like that one with that woman, right? She just came out of nowhere. Like, I've heard of this story of the 80 million payoff, the $80 million payoff you've done. And now she has some dirt on her. You're trying to get that money back in some type of way. You're getting it back. I got to give you that, Donald Trump. But right now, it don't look good. It doesn't look good. It looks really bad. People, please subscribe. Please subscribe if you're on here. Support the platform. It doesn't look good, man. You're barking up the wrong tree, right? Before you try to make enemies, well, not enemies. You said something about Elon Musk. You pieced that up. You pieced that up with Elon Musk. You're good with Elon Musk. This guy, you better make good with him. Just for American's sake. Make good with your boss. With the 51st state. Make good with him. Because if you don't, He's coming at you, man. Epstein stuff is gonna, videotapes are gonna come out or whatever. Not videotapes. They had them back then, but you're gonna start to see visuals of you at the Epstein Island and stuff like that. You want to see that? This man just threatened him to go to like Trump just called him out saying if it wasn't for him, you would be in prison. And you know what? He's right. I always wondered how is Netanyahu traveling to New York and he's a war criminal? Make it make sense. You're a war criminal. You're wanted by the world court for crimes against humanity, but you're flying to New York. That's because Trump. He's right. Trump is right. If it wasn't for him, your ass would be locked up, Netanyahu. The mad dogs are turning on each other. You're right. Old scabs are being ripped off. You're right. What you're saying, George McNeil. You are right. The scabs are getting torn off. They're fighting against each other. How much Republicans are turning against each other, man? You're seeing Republicans fight against each other. It's scary times in America. It's like a civil war. That's what's brewing, a civil war, man. Did you see all these assassination attempts? And they're American, born Americans, young ones, and this older guy, two older guys recently, but they're all Americans. Assassination attempts, 5 of them on his life. So this time, you make beef with your boss, the next one will be a real one. It will be Mossad agents, probably. Some Mossad agents are ready for your ass. You better apologize to them today. Turning on each other. Yes, apologize today to Netanyahu, Trump. Apologize to your boss. That's who he is. You would like to say 51st state? He's your boss. Apologize to Netanyahu. Because if you don't, you're going to make the world worse. This guy's going to let off something in America. You're going to see America get hurt because he wants the beef with Netanyahu. That's what's going to happen. Right? That's what's going to happen. Because if you're threatening, he's threatening to get him locked up. I hope people know. I hope that people know this, that Trump is threatening to get Netanyahu locked up. I don't know if people are seeing it. He's threatening this guy to get his ass locked up. He got one locked up already from Venezuela. Don't forget that. Maduro and his wife. No one's talking about them locked up in New York. He got a guy locked up already. Kidnapped them and took them to America, drove through New York and shamed them. So, what do you think he will do to you? He will come after them. Both are guilty of war crimes. You're right. Trump and Bibi the Butcher. Yes, war crimes, but he's calling you out now. He's saying if it wasn't for him, you would be in prison. That's what he's saying. If it wasn't for him, you would be locked up. So if you talk against Trump, you know what he's going to do? He's going to fly down, he's going to send out his special group to capture your ass. And then he's going to put you in the world court. And then he got rid of you. Then he could take over Israel fully. Then America will make it the 51st state officially. Because before I was saying it's the 51st state, 51st state, 51st state. Who runs who? It seems that Israel runs America. Because America would never go to Israel years ago until Trump came. Because all the time I used to wonder when I was younger, I'm saying, wait a minute. All these wars are happening around the world that I'm seeing America get involved in. And then all this stuff what happens in Israel, constant war, no one's getting into it until Trump comes around. Now America's helping more upfront with Israel, showing people. Before that wasn't the case. Right? Before that wasn't the case. I appreciate all your opinions. But I like opinions that are intelligent, even if they're bad opinions. Because I could just knock you out. Right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So what do you think is coming next? Right? For Trump. Trump wants to move out of the Middle East so bad. He wants to go to Cuba so bad. That's why he's cursing off Netanyahu, who is saying, yo, what are you doing? I need to make peace with the Iranian regime so I could go to Cuba now. That's his thing. He says, I need to make peace with the regime so I could go to Cuba. That's what he wants. He wants to go to Cuba and take that over because it's close to America. That's why he went to Venezuela, because he wants Cuba. And he went to Venezuela to screw up Russia and China, to make China and Russia bow down to America. Right? So the real war now is Russia and China. What's the relationship with Russia and China with Israel? Makes you wonder. You guys ever look on that besides America? What's the relationship with China and Russia with Israel? Is it good? I never heard China talk good about Israel recently. They don't talk good about Israel ever. They're saying they've done some war crimes. I don't hear Russia talking about Israel good at all either. They're saying they done war crimes. You see what I'm getting at? Now, honor amongst thieves. Yes, the USA and Israel are the two premier terrorist states this world has ever seen. Well, I cannot argue that because you've seen the history of America. That's all. I don't even need to get into the history of America. And after then, the history of down what they call Israel or whatever. Just look on that. You get what I'm saying? So right now, Trump, like I said, in the next week, 2, 3 weeks, if you don't apologize to your boss, Netanyahu, something bad is gonna happen in America. Meaning, either he might leave the Americans alone, but Mr. Trump, that Epstein files, those Epstein files you've been hiding from, Netanyahu's going to release some videotapes of you, sir. So I don't know if you just senile or in the dementia stuff or you don't really care or whatever, but he's gonna release some type of videos. Things are coming out. The Bible says all nations will go against Israel. Okay. Is all nations going against Israel though? Is it? Is it? Is all nations going against Israel or is Israel going against all nations? You get what I'm saying? Like right now, like I said, Donald Trump, man, watch your back. Watch your back, all the people around you. Watch your back. You're pissing off Kushner. Is Jewish, right? He got to go back. You got to go back there someday. And he's under you, married to your daughter. He's married to your daughter, man. Netanyahu has influence unless you're going to lock him up. More liberal morons this way. Liberal. I don't know, man. Who's liberal? I'm not liberal or Democrat or whatever crat or whatever. I call it what it is, and it's down to earth. I knew about this guy before he was a politician, Donald Trump. I knew about Netanyahu from high school times, right? I do my research. How much people know about Netanyahu? And Donald Trump's an actor. He's putting on acts for people right now. He's an actor. Let me remind you, Donald Trump is an actor, right? Donald Trump is an actor. Netanyahu he's almost like an actor too. Grew up in America. He's Americanized. Big, big time. Speaks perfect English, right? If there was anything defamatory about Trump in the files, why would the Biden administration not have brought that out when they're in control? You know why? Because Biden and a lot of the Democrats are in the Epstein files. And remember, Trump wasn't always a Republican. Trump was a Democrat, wanted to be a Democrat president. People forget that. Let me remind people, Trump wasn't always a Republican. He was with the Democrats for a long time, right? And then he changed because he wasn't getting support from the Democrats to be in their party. So he switched. That's what happened. He switched. Mm-hmm. Neanderthal, I like that what you're saying. Yep, he switched. Donald Trump switched so he could get you guys. He switched. He said, the Democratic thing won't work, man, because I know a lot of them are dirty with the Epstein files. Do you think Donald Trump doesn't know that, what's his name, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and all them people was going to parties for the Epsteins? He's seen it. He's seen it a long time. So he said, you know what? I know this man's kind of dirty. And he was friends with a lot of the Democrats. I'm going to have to change as a Republican. Because if I don't change as a Republican, I cannot cover up my dirt, what I may have done chilling or hanging with Epstein. So let me become a Republican. Let me become this controversial figure so I could cover my ass. And it's worked for a little bit. If America goes to Cuba, Russia and China should go into Israel, and they should put military bases in Venezuela. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I want you guys to watch Red Dawn. Please look up that movie, Red Dawn. And when you look up that movie, they have the old version and they have a new version. The new version is pretty interesting. But look up the old version of Red Dawn and the new version. They made those movies for a reason. They say actually the CIA controls a lot of the movies what come out. And I believe that. Candace Owens said that. Yes. Look up Red Dawn, the old one, and the new one. And there's another movie from the 80s, I wanted War Games. Look up War Games from the 80s. There's a couple movies, they put all these messages in it. And then look up Enemy of the State with Will Smith. That's the other one. What's going on right now? That's happening to me right now. If you watch Enemy of the State, dream about that movie. Oh, okay. Look up Enemy of the State, people. That's what's happening to me right now. 100%. I've witnessed it. Somebody's trying to correct me on the not name. I don't care. Okay. Yahoo? No. You're right. No. You're right. You're right. No, I believe what you're saying. I'm with you, James. Look up Netanyahu. This is edutainment. I encourage you guys to look these stuff up, not just what I'm saying. I want my audience to do research and come back to me what you have found out. Come back, feed me the stuff what I may have missed, what I don't know. Let me know. I'm not perfect, but I give you of my experience and my research. And this guy lived in America for a long time, flip flop back to Israel, and went back. He's a agent. He's CIA. He's perfect identity. Everything CIA. This guy is 100%. Everything CIA, right? And then when you look up Epstein stuff, because I broke down that too, it's scary, man. That man is was turned, well, he was with the Israel Mossad and then transformed to CIA. Like, it's the world. There's two worlds, like people say. There's the world what they show us, and then what people might say the underworld and shit. You could say the underworld. People might say, what are you talking about? Organized crime? No, we're talking about organized government criminals. Yes. People, please subscribe. Yes, no one remembers that anymore. I don't think the parties are really different from each other. Yep, they use their parties to control us. They switch what they stand for willingly. Yeah, it's like acting, wrestling. You know when you watch wrestling and you see the villain guy against the hero, right? And then later on you see them hugging each other like in public, and that is what we're watching right now, wrestling. Believe the higher ups are human. I was talking about that. You want to get me into that bag, man? A lot of them are they're telling us this. The aliens walk among us. No, the aliens, to me, this is my opinion, if we want to believe that, are the fallen angels. Sorry if I'm getting spiritual or biblical. The aliens, what they keep talking about, are the fallen angels, right? In a lot of descriptions of these UFOs, are these fallen angels who are on Earth. And they have their base somewhere. You want me to get into that? right? Yeah, demons, like Vance was saying. They're demons. Fallen angels are demons disguised how we want to look in Hollywood as UFOs. And they're on Earth. You know where they're at? The furthest part. They're on where they're walking among us, but they're on the furthest part. The majority of them are the furthest part of the Earth. This is what they call the ice wall. That's why people, all of the world have an agreement on Antarctica. That's why certain people can't go there. Yeah, it ain't coming from no space. There's no green men coming from any damn space. They're right here. They're right here, the fallen angels. They're right here, demons. Why do we have to believe there? You could believe in that there's some alien Hollywood bullshit, but can't believe in God? Think of it. You see how they got people? Let me say it again. You could believe in this Hollywood alien stuff, but you cannot believe in God or believe in that they're demons. But we want to believe in this alien shit. And they are pumping this stuff more than ever. And what makes me kind of frustrated, I used to, as a kid, was into this alien stuff a lot. And I seen how they flip flop. I see through the bullshit from a hoax to now it's real. So if you say aliens don't exist, you look crazy online. But imagine growing up in the 80s to the 90s. And when you're reading these books and you're seeing on Unsolved Mysteries and you're seeing on whatever these shows, oh, yeah, this person was abducted, does blah, blah, blah. But, oh, you're crazy. Now it's the norm. That's the distraction they're putting out to us right now. They're showing disclosures. The Pentagon is releasing stuff, but the Pentagon is against Donald Trump too. They're saying these are just high tech. Well, they keep changing their mouth. See, that's why I'm exposing. They keep changing them out. The Pentagon says, hey, Donald Trump, these are not aliens. We have high tech craft, what people are seeing. We're sick and tired of people labeling it UFOs. That's why they call it UAEs or U or whatever. They changed the definition, right? They changed the definition. And it's a distraction weapon. Project Bluebeam. Look it up. Project Bluebeam. Look it up. The second coming of Jesus Christ is upon us. Team Jesus, bro. Okay. They are in our government. Yeah. You guys want me to tell you a little story? I've witnessed it, man. And these guys are called Masons, some of them, right? These guys are, some of them are Masons. They might live where you live. And if you know certain things, or if you seem like you know something, they'll approach you. I've been approached by two of them in my time. I've been approached. Want to recruit, didn't take that shit. I had a conversation. One wanted to recruit. They've been trying to recruit me for years, and this is the first time I'm saying it. They've been trying to recruit me for years, right? I won't go too much deep because I want to live my physical life on this earth for a little bit more. That's why anyone who can't explain the truth about it has gone missing. Yes, and remember me. Hopefully, I'm not missing. Remember me, man. God has blessed me and is protecting me. There's been how much times? 5 times I almost got hit by a vehicle. Not my fault. And that vehicle stopped right in front of me like there's some force not making it happen. Right where my legs are. Up into 2 weeks. A vehicle almost, this woman wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at my phone. Was walking. I'm always aware on the street. She kept going and going. I thought she would stop. Almost ran and unalived me. Happened a couple times. It's like there's a force all the time next to right near my legs when I'm walking, my body. It always stopped that vehicle. I had that happen about 5 to 6 times, right? And some other stuff. So I know the powers that be, evil is for real. Evil is for real, 100%. Even if you don't want to believe in God or whatever you believe, the evil is 100% for real. I tell you, I witnessed it. This stuff, I don't even want to know if I should go more deep and explain whatever. I seen this in my visions of these wars years ago. I don't know if I should go more deep and tell you, but I seen a lot of these things. had a situation when I was very sick. I saw a lot of this shit over how much years ago? 50. Let's see. This must have been 15 to 17 years ago. Saw all this wars coming. Right? Seen all of this coming. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So, thank you, YouTube, because obviously you took off whatever you guys were doing to me. You guys took it off. I gotta say this because I'm talking about Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump, which is very controversial. Now, I'm talking to you, YouTube. Why did you why did you shadow ban me for a month? Why you shadow ban the truth, but you want to promote all this bull crap? What's not important? Because why? You are working for this guy? Am I upsetting this guy's people? Or is it Donald Trump? Or Donald Trump wants me now to talk. It's okay because he let it out. He wants me to talk now. Because I know the powers that be is watching. We are not frightened against flesh of the blood, yes, but against the powers of wickedness and the government in the high places. Much respect, yes, for that. You are right. Yeah, we are living in revelations. And you know, when they say the rapture is supposed to be coming. You're not going to know when it's coming. You're not going to know when it's coming. Things are getting exposed now. The nasty people are getting exposed, but who's doing anything about it? The Epstein file said there's millions of files out there. No one is talking about the guys who are the nasty people in it. You know why? Because some of them are from that man's place. Right here. That guy. Netanyahu. A lot of them are that. Do you know who controls Hornhub? I have to say it like that. Do you know who? You guys know what I'm talking about. You know who controls that? Guess who? Just look it up. A lot of the controllers in the industry for media is controlled by. That's why, excuse me, I know this live, like one when I've done it about that guy, they interfered in it. They interfered in it. I seen it. I find it almost humorous that Trump is such a narcissist, yet he's being controlled by BB. Yeah, but we can see the signs we are meant to know. Yes, some could see the signs, not all, respectfully. Some could see the signs. Not all could see the signs of what is going on. A lot of people are still brainwashed by other media. They do have a campaign to put out other media what's not important for you, for it's not going to inform you, it's not doing nothing for your brain, because what's going to happen, right? And like I said, I could go any day in the flesh, I could die any day. I rather know when my flesh is gone, I stand for something instead of nothing. Like the Bible, the prophets, the people who put out the word or the information that people are still reading to this day. I rather die for something in the physical than for nothing, and talking about Drake constantly and talking about all these celebrity worship constantly, because that is not the legacy I would want to leave behind, because it's nothing. It's air. But I could tell you and at least warn you, and no one's perfect, and it's just going to happen, right? I could at least warn people to get ready for it, for my children and other people's children, that something is going to happen. To get ready physically and mentally. Get ready for it. Physically and mentally get ready for it. Because if the energy or the electricity, the internet is cut, no communication, hardly any electricity, People are going to get crazy. And how are you going to survive? Some people say, have faith in God and everything will be all right. But not everybody believes in God. You get what I'm saying? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Put my gasoline boots and walking through hell. God is with me. Yes, yes, yes. So I guess you got to have faith. That's what it comes down to. You got to have faith, and that's the real deal. You got to, that's how you're real, that's real life. Real life is having faith. Some people might not agree with it, saying, oh, you're preaching. No, no. Real life is having faith in the higher power, that there's something bigger than us, instead of us thinking we're bigger than everything, right? I was speaking of the rapture. We don't know the day or hour, but we are meant to know if it's soon, just as a pregnant woman knows when the birth is upon her. Well, it's coming. Make her fear is not God. We know what we are supposed to do in these days. He told us exactly what to look for when to step back. Jerusalem surrounded by war. Without faith, it's impossible, please. Yes, I agree with you. But there's a big population of people who don't believe. They don't believe, right? They're called white, and there's a reason I should not mention that name. The ones who do not believe, who practice it, but some of them are not real either, right? If you don't believe in, this is my definition, this is my opinion, some people might not like it. If you don't believe in God, that means you believe in evil. Or maybe you don't even believe it, you don't even see evil. Because to believe in God, you got to believe in good and bad. So a person who don't believe, they're in limbo, and they just don't care. They don't care for life, right? They don't care for life. They care about science. They care about prove. They need you to prove to them there's a God. That's what. They want you to prove to them. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All the people supporting the platform. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Down to Earth Network, and iHeart Radio. Everywhere, right? Don't believe he can't help you. You're right. It's true. If you don't believe, he can't help you. But you know what? What makes people angry, or some people frustrated? There's a lot of people who don't believe. It seems that they have a good life, materially. But like I said, in Israel, where this guy's from, they have a big population. You could do your research yourself too. Um, People who don't believe in God, the Holy Land, and it's a wonder why I can't remember the name, the proper name for those people who do not believe in God. Why all of a sudden? That means God doesn't want me to say it. The higher power doesn't want me to say it, right? Because what's going on with Trump and Netanyahu and all these world conflicts is a message. It's a message. Israel is in Revelations. So look, it's not hard to find. Just look up Revelations in Israel. Some people had put it in the chat already. Even when I was not living my life of him, I still somehow knew deep down, thank you, Abba, for calling me back to you. Hmm. There's some people like that. They say they don't believe, but they really believe because they're scared to show people something. So, like I said, God bless America. God bless the world. Everywhere. This guy, you pissed off Trump. You pissed off your boss, and he's going to come at you in all types of ways. He's going to try to expose you because you just exposed him as a war criminal. You exposed Netanyahu as a war criminal, Trump. You're reminding people that you saved them. You know how much people are going to be talking about this? What you just said, all the curse words, and you're saying that if it wasn't for you, he would be locked up. You expose your boss, and your boss is going to get mad, and he's going to lash out at you. Now, this is actually in Revelations. Anybody who knows the biblical stuff in here now, right? What does it say down the line with America and Israel? You guys, if you have your Bible, not everybody is good at looking at or knows the scriptures. What does it say down the line with America and Israel? That's the controversial part because they're known to being friends for a long time. But that friendship breaks off at a certain point. So, are we in a certain time? Are we in a certain time right now? Israel is a country or people. Israel is a country. What they claim, a country, a made up country. Israel's a made up country, it's not a people. Revelation 2 and 2 9 and 1. Know thy work and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and they are not, but are the synagogue of, the rest. That might piss off some people, but it's scripture, man. So are we saying that scripture is anti Semitic? Is the Bible anti Semitic? Isn't Jesus a Jew? You get what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Right? We live and direct. It's the Down to Earth Network with your host, Sean Myrie. Um, like I said, it might be earlier than I think. I gave it 2 weeks. Something's going to happen. There'll be a response from Benjamin Netanyahu to Donald Trump, 100%. You're going to see a response kicking in, 100% on Donald Trump. This might be his last hurrah. He has 3 more years. This might be his last hurrah, as we're saying it. What are they going to cook up against him? It will be interesting. Trump has to pray to God for protection. If you guys support Trump, you better pray for him. Put a prayer down for Trump. I never thought good or evil if you don't like Trump. Right? Put a prayer for him. By the middle of June, just watch and see. You're right. I was saying maybe 3 weeks, right? So, because I know the evil people, they're saying there's evil people who surround Trump, right? So let's do a prayer for Trump, even if you don't like him. Dear the Almighty Creator, Donald Trump, J. Trump, protect this man if he's not with the opposition, against the opposition that wants to use him as a puppet and a tool to put out destruction in the world. Protect him against the evildoers that conspire all around the world to use him as an excuse and to brainwash many to think that he is the evil one when it's others. So, I ask for you, the Almighty Creator, to expose these individuals, expose them, and burn down whatever they hold up high in regards to them. Expose them all, burn down their empires, right? And protect Donald Trump if he is not with the opposition. Amen. Right? So, by the middle of June, his spiritual leader is evil. I've heard about that too. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So Candace Owens is right that he's surrounded by an evil circle. I just put out a prayer for him. Donald Trump, I just put out a prayer for you. And there's some people in some other countries who are leaders too who want you gone. Remember the reverse psychology. The person who they make look like the villain doesn't have to be the villain, and the villain could make themselves look like they're the angel. Right? So we can't just fall for everything. when people are saying like Trump is evil, and we know he does certain things what people don't like and they call him stupid, but you can't just believe that because the powers that be want to use puppets like they used Hitler. Remember that, right? They used Hitler. In the underworld, the criminals use the police to fight their war. Then they go, yes, oh, don't make me start with that now. Holy, oh, you're damn right. Oh, I know a lot about that. Maybe I'm gonna have to do a special podcast. I'm gonna do about that. I'm gonna do it because where I'm at, mm, that's been exposed. Yes, you're right. You're right, Spider. In the underworld, the criminals use the police to fight their war. It's true. I've known. You know which podcast? I know a podcast I was going to refer was perfect for that. Anyone else looking forward for the next Athi Creek Church Prophecy Report? I don't know about what that is. But respect for that, Greg. The administration is trying to unite the Americas with Israel. As for our military, they were already united for a while, for a long time, from 1946. From 1946, America's been with Israel or made Israel with England, right? It's just because social media is around why people are noticing it. It's because of social media. And respect to everybody. This is not anti-Semitic. This is information, right? Respect. I can't say respect fully, but if you are from that group, right, you should see what your leaders are doing on earth. If you are a positive or you believe you are with the Most High, you should see what your leaders on earth are doing. And it's not a good thing, right? Because I know some of these people. I know some people from that community and how they think, right? You were rather foolish. You did not read what they were trying to sign into the law. Jesus, join us as the forever first. Is to okay. Yep. There's a lot of things going on, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What's next? What's next is a couple weeks from now. Hopefully, the Strat opens up. I'm waiting for the Strat of Hormuz to open up, the Strait of Hormuz to open up. Trump wants the Strait of Hormuz to open up. He's saying that Israel is screwing up the situation by fighting with Hezbollah. He wants Israel to stop fighting with Hezbollah so he could have control of the strait and America could go home. All those 50,000 troops could go home and stop being in the Middle East. Right? We pray for the peace of Israel. They have always rebelled against God, but he has permanent plan and promise for the 12 tribes. Yes. God didn't give us these leaders. They gave you free will and choose your own leaders. Did we choose any of these leaders, really? I don't agree that we choose anyone. I didn't, none of us, unless you believe in the vote system. If you believe in that, then whatever, but I don't believe in that. Go. Much respect, Johnny. Much respect for joining the chat, man. Yes, everybody in the chat, could you give me a like, man? Everybody, could you give the Down to Earth Network a like? And I'll continue. Bless up. Much respect, people. A lot of things are going on. Much respect to YouTube for stopping the shadow banning of me. Much respect to that for stopping the shadow ban. But definitely, I do have an interview tonight. I almost forgot I have an interview tonight at 6. I've been on here. I have an interview. Yes, man. Much respect. I have an interview at 6:30 with Dr. Charles Taylor. Hopefully, he shows up. Some people are not on time like me. Uh, he's going to talk about Juneteenth in America. Juneteenth and a whole bunch of history, Black history. I don't know if I could bring some of these subjects up, but guaranteed I'll be live and direct about 6:30 Eastern time. Central time would be 5:30. should be interesting, right? I'm going to be talking to some really educated individuals coming up this month. Uh, Coming on the 6th of June, I have an interview with a Hollywood insider. She's going to tell me a whole bunch about Hollywood. It might get controversial there because I might ask certain questions, right? So you guys should tune in tonight, 6:30. Tune in on the 6th of June. I'm going to have this big Hollywood insider who's been around for like 30 years, produced movies, knows the industry. She has written books. This guy today, he has written books. He's going to be interesting to talk about, to talk to. Right after I'm finished, I got to have to remind him to come on 6:30 today. Right? Yes, much respect, people. Much respect. Everybody in the chat. All the supporters supporting D2E. Right? So, like I said, don't get fooled with Benjamin Netanyahu or Donald Trump. Do your research on both of these cats, both of these individuals. Um, he cursed off this guy, and we're going to see the response from Benjamin Netanyahu, what he does. Definitely. It's not going to be good. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be dirty. Right? Much respect. Beats Baby Maker, much respect. James, much respect. We're going to see a lot of things, man. But this evening, I got a great interview. So tune in. And YouTube, thank you. Thank you for taking off that shadow ban. Because I know you guys were doing it. Right? Much respect, Greg. Always, yes, much respect for subscribing, man. I think I've reached my 3,000 subscribers today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right? Um, yeah, I'm gonna probably be getting prepared for 6:30. I done some research on this guy. I gotta do some research. I do research before I come up on this. Not like these other guys. I do proper research when I come up on this. So like I said, look up Stuxnet. Look Stuxnet up. Look up Project Bluebeam. Look that up. Look up this guy Netanyahu, where he grew up and how he grew up, and then you're going to see a lot of the bullcrap, what's been going on. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. This is the Down to Earth Network with your host, Sean Myrie, and I'm out.